Good afternoon. You are tuned into Ability Matters, a program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities, and everything in between. Ability Matters is one of the longest-running disability-related programs in the whole wide world. Starting its headway on air in 2007, you can now listen to podcasts of previous Ability Matters programs on YouTube and Spotify. Just search for Ability Matters. Ability Matters is brought to you by My Home Living Care, an NDIS-registered disability.
Yes, that's right, Sean. This is Ability Matters. I'm your host, Tony Sconio, and with me as per usual, my co-host, Bec from Flagstaff. How are you, Bec?
Good. How are you today, Tony?
I'm feeling pretty great, actually. So, and who we have with us today?
Today we have Odin. We've had Odin in a few times before to talk to us, but we haven't had him for a while. So I thought I'd get him back in to give us a bit of an update.
Catch up, lovely. How are you today, Odin?
I'm well, thank you, and thank you for having me back on the show. It's really nice being back.
And I've got to
guys.
say, just breaking up there, you have a better radio voice than I do.
Oh,
very well, commanding.
Hardly. Thank you very much, though. I really appreciate it.
Because I'm plain simple, yours is deeper and more manly than mine is. My natural
hardly,
voice, yeah.
no.
I mean, I can put on the hi, how are you doing, that sort of thing, but yeah, that's just fake pretend. So there we go.
I can even do that. Hey, how you going?
Lovely. But see, everyone's a better radio speaker than I am. Lovely.
Well, everyone says to me, I'm not trying to hype myself up here, but people say, oh, you've got like a nice voice. Like you could read stories. And like when I hear my voice, it sounds nothing what people are saying it sounds like to me. It sounds like a cat. You know, like a cat running for its life. Yeah.
Because this is my theory now. Because you're too used to hearing your own voice all the time, and it just becomes just the normal, same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So true. But that could be another line of employment down the road if you want to read podcasts and stuff.
That'd be nice.
Beautiful. Less pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's. What are we going to install in line for today's show, there, Bec?
We're just really going to catch up with Odin and find out what's been happening in his world since we last spoke to him. He's got a very interesting story, so
of course
I thought I would find out how everything's actually going and what's happened since we last talked to him.
So, since we've last talked, I can't remember, did I have my back stimulator inserted?
You did have that and you were going to get surgery.
Yeah.
And that's actually our first question.
It is, yeah.
So could you please remind listeners about your back condition and actually how it came about? Because it's amazing to have such a big thing happen from such a small thing.
I know. So we've actually just passed the 8-year anniversary of the incident. It was on the 7th of March 2018. And I was at work and I had the tiniest little workplace accident, and it led my body to have like this pulling force which destroyed my L4, L5 disc and ripped open my spinal cord, causing damage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very traumatic, I think.
It was traumatic on the day. And the first few weeks after, it was very hard to believe that it had actually happened. When you think to yourself, I've done all of this before and nothing happened, and now it's happened. And I didn't do anything wrong. I did exactly as
all
I was
the
trained.
same as what you used to do
All
before, yeah.
And then it just happened. Yeah, it led to a multitude of surgeries and procedures, multiple injections throughout the spine. I had an L4, L5 arthroplasty where they went in through my abdomen, moved everything across to the right and inserted a disc. When they inserted that disc, the disc was 2 sizes too small and they inserted it too far to the left and too far back. So if listeners at home can think of, if you've got a square and you put that into 4 quadrants and then just put another little square in one of those quadrants, put it in the left side closest to you. That's what's happening with my back at the moment. So the spinal cord runs through that, which pulls it out of place. And that empty spacing in those other 3 quadrants, that is causing a scoliosis effect. So my spine's bending forward into that empty cavity.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so I had an extremely large amount of pain from that, which led to an ablation being done where they went and they cut the nerves to my back.
Another big medical term, ablation.
Ablation. So they went in with these little little lasers and stuff and cut the nerves to help with the pain. It did not help with the pain. And then that ended up leading 6 months later to having a spinal cord fusion, a spinal fusion, sorry, not a spinal cord fusion. I do apologize to the listeners. It's hard. It's really hard to express sometimes. If listeners, I can't get that word. If listeners at home are still thinking with those 4 quadrants and then that one little square there, they fused that one little square on that side, so it didn't do anything for the empty spacing that's there. So the fusion, the bolts are put in, and the scoliosis effect is still happening, which is putting strain on the bolts that are there, causing the L4 vertebrae to have hairline fractures throughout.
Oh, wow. Highly uncomfortable that sounds.
Very uncomfortable and leading to a lot of pain. Now, I ended up getting put in contact with a fantastic doctor. I've recommended him on here before. His name is Dr. Michael Davies. He has sadly since retired, but he put in a spinal cord stimulator, and it helped with the pain below my legs. Like, it reduced that area. Didn't do anything for the pain in my back or anything like that. And unfortunately, when the spinal cord stimulator is on, it's hooked itself to a nerve that runs up into my ear. So when it's on, I go deaf. I can't hear anything.
That doesn't sound like a very happy time.
Yeah, so the spinal cord stimulator is off at present. And
how often would that stimulator have to be used?
It gets, when I was using it, it would be recharged maybe once every 3 days, depending on the
so
extent.
fairly regularly then, yes.
Yeah. And it came with its own, like, charging pad and everything like that. It's a magnetic charging pad. You put it on when you sleep, or you can, like, have a strap there and put it in. It's quite good. And it was good to use.
So,
but
that sounded a little bit contradictory there. So 1 second, on one hand, you said it was terrible because it was, you're losing something. Then on the other hand, it's quite good sleeping. So is it like one of those things you have to kind of tolerate, sort of thing? It's good in the long run, but yeah, okay.
I think I hear my son screaming out there. I might have to go check on him in a second, if that's okay.
Yeah, no worries. We can flick to a song.
Yeah.
Is that okay? I'll just be 30 seconds. I do apologise to the listeners.
No drama, no drama.
I'll be right
No
back.
worries. Thank you.
I've recently
What
learned...
have we got?
I've recently learned... I won't say my dead set here. One of the people I grew up listening to through my old dad and everything like that. The singer Neil Sedaka recently passed away. Now, I looked up the cause. He was hospitalised for undisclosed medical procedure, but he began his career with his songs in 1957. And I have here a lovely track from 1974 called Laughter in the Rain, which, as you can see, almost looks like it outside, but yeah, Laughter in the Rain.
It's teasing.
Teasing, yeah. The song Laughter in the Rain by Neil Sedaka from the album of the same name, Laughter in the Rain, in 1974. Yeah. And yes, I just played for you then. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young with Our House from 1970 album. Double check that now. 1970 album, Deja Vu. I think
we're going to get back into the rest of our first question. Yeah.
Yes.
I do apologise to the listeners at home. I am someone that has a disability, and I'm doing it as best as I can to get through my own life, but at the same time, I am the main carer for my 2 little ones here. So I've got my son Stanley, who's 3, and this is my daughter Arizona. She's 4. She's about to turn 5, aren't you? Yeah. And it yes, you have a sister named Oakley. So it's hard for me in my own way to try and get through the day, but having these 2 here, and I could never be more thankful to my wife for the gifts that are my kids, but it can get rough sometimes.
Of course.
It's a bit of a challenge.
Parenting can get rough for anyone, disability or not, Parenting,
Yeah. And just the heartache that comes with some of it, which is like sometimes the kids want to go to the park. I can't take them.
Right.
Like, and if one runs one way and the other runs another, I can't.
You can't
chase
look
them.
after them
I
both,
can't.
yes.
And I just physically can't do it. And it's a pain, like, not, obviously I got pain, but the heartache of, kids want to run and play with the other kids, and I'm like, you slow down, like I can't keep up. And then
Yes.
all the kids want to play and run around, and they want to go for a run, and it's like, I can't chase you, I'm sorry. And then we tried it once, and one of the kids fell over, and I'm like, I can't pick them up. Like, they have to pick themselves up. And
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking. Like, it really, really is.
No, it would be very challenging.
And so that's why we're here today. And we've got these two with us. So we've got Stanley and we've got Arizona.
No, that's cool.
But just to wrap up our first question.
Yep. Go for it.
So I had met with Dr. Michael Davies, and again, fantastic. One of the best doctors I've ever had. And my GP is Dr. Lena Salim, and again, another doctor that has helped me, progress, through this injury and these surgeries and recoveries. But the next big one that could possibly be on the cards is they want to take every piece of metal and equipment that's in my back out and just bring the two vertebrae together and bolt it and fuse it again.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's what they probably should have done in the first place.
Yeah.
But that's next on the cards.
They may have thought too hefty a gamble the first time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, like, it's been 8 years. I'm getting older. My health deteriorates, with everything that's going on. And it's risky. Like, and what do? Do I go in for surgery again, knowing that it is a really big gamble, but I might be able to get back to work? I don't know. Like, I've had doctors tell me, you will never, ever go back to work. You've got unstable spinal fractures. It won't work.
Yeah.
And then, or do I just put up with it for the rest of my life because I trusted what the doctors said? And it's not like a second or third opinion. We're into double digits now.
Yeah, no, that would be very daunting to do or not to do. You just don't know which way it's gonna go.
What's the right step to take? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Troubling. Yes.
And I know things are different from the last time we spoke, and I was a lot more optimistic then, and now I'm really terrified. I really am. And I'm sure that there are so many people out there that are thinking the same thing. Do I go for this surgery? Do I not go for this surgery? Or they've had the surgery and they're like, it didn't go great, so do I try and fix it? Or, and it's not just back injuries. There are so many people. Like, I have no doubt that there's someone at home. They're probably not listening, but they should, because you guys are awesome. But they're probably at home thinking to themselves, I have to get an amputation if I don't get better.
Yeah.
And do I try and risk it? Or, what happens? What should I do? And, there's hundreds of people throughout Australia thinking that. And
or even maybe worse off, potentially.
Yes.
They're like one of those people who go, this guy's in a bad way, but that won't happen to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yes. I was one of those people. It won't happen, and look what happened.
Exactly.
I was the same. I was one of those. It won't happen to me.
Yeah.
Especially,
I am untouchable.
Yeah. Well, I had my first major surgery. The doctor came in and said, look, the outcome of this, 50% is you're fantastic and you go straight back to work.
Yeah.
Within that 50%, halve that again, and those people are like, well, I had the surgery and I'm not really any better.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. The other 25%, halve that again, and within that, you're at 12.5% of people who have had the surgery, and they're worse off for it. And then he's like, then you go to the final 12.5%, and those people, they should have never gone in for that surgery. And that's where I am. I'm in that 12.5% of I should not have done this. I trusted. And
that's the hard thing with that, isn't it? You trust and think it's going to be wonderful, but
the sorry sad
sometimes
fact of
you
life.
get worse than you went in with.
but you trust people and you trust doctors, and you should trust doctors, but it doesn't help. Again, I'm stumbling all over my words, you guys. I'm so sorry. But it doesn't hurt to get another opinion or several.
Yes.
It's not an
as
issue.
many as you need. Yes.
Yeah. I do apologise if you're hearing slaps at home, everybody. That is not
He's
me
having a
disciplining
good
my
time.
children or
That's
anything
all
like
that matters.
That's my daughter spinning around in circles in the chair. As you can tell, she quite loves the radio. But I'll tell you what I couldn't live without, though. What I can't live without as a disabled parent and carer is I have a great support network. And I didn't before this. Like, I had my job and I had my unique little family. I didn't have kids, when the injury happened. After the injury, people that I thought were friends,
the true colours came out,
acquaintances and no-shows.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, and there were people that were there for me in that time, but I was not in a good spot where I could take their care or appreciate what they were doing for me, because I was in so much pain, and at the same time I was on a very, very wild dose of painkillers, and I just pushed a lot of people away. And I mean, there are so many people out there that I should have, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to the people that I pushed away. But the circle of friends that I've got now,
they're the circle of friends you have now, the true blue kind of all for none sort of thing.
A few years ago when I was at home, there wasn't much to do, so I started playing games and gaming online.
Yep.
And I met a lot of people that have absolutely been wonderful to me. I mean, there's like my friend Kazi and my friend Hooney. I'm just going to give you their online names, not their real names.
Their character profile names.
My friend Kim, but most importantly, my friend Luke. Luke has uprooted his life and moved halfway across Australia. When I say halfway, I mean like from Melbourne to here.
Yeah. Still far enough.
It's not down the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he has moved up here. He wanted to start a better life for himself, and he wanted to try again. And we've been such good friends now since my injury that he lives with us.
Wow.
At present. And like, we want to keep him forever. He's just amazing.
That's an awesome story.
And I can't thank him enough, because even though I've been their full-time carers for some time now, it was hard, and it still is hard. But there are so many times now where Luke will say, go and have a shower if you can. But I've got to sit down in the shower. I've got to use the shower chair.
Yep.
So he knows that I'm going to be a little while, And sometimes I need help in the shower. So sometimes I'm like, oh no, I want to go and have a shower. He's like, well, then go and sit down and read or something, or go and watch a movie. I've got the kids.
Yep.
And just having that is just it's the best feeling in the world. Like it's so amazing. If you can hear hopscotch and numbers being
that was a good time.
Guys, the kids are quite enjoying
around,
themselves on the radio at the moment.
Yeah.
But I can't thank him enough. He's what you'd call a true friend. But if you guys need to roll into a song, let's do that.
Sure. Right, yeah. Well, I've got America with Woman Tonight from 1975 album Hearts. Then we'll see what happens after that. But
It's a fantastic song.
Yeah. Okay, that was just a little pre-recorded announcement of myself there, but yeah.
Whoop, whoop, toot your own horn. No,
It's actually more of a thing saying I'm just a lady sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh, just a filler.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, all good. So I will just get back into it, because it's such an amazing story that you've got.
Right back to the interview
everything
between
you've had
Bec and Odin.
happen. It's amazing, Odin. So I'm gathering you haven't been able to return to work.
No.
No, you're not able to. But you have started a course recently. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Absolutely. I also want to say that It's not that I don't want to return to work. It's just that I've got no medical officer to sign off. No medical officer, given what they know about the fractures in my back, I'm a liability.
Oh, so you have no medical officer to sign you off saying that you are able to return to work, right? So it'll be on their head, won't it?
Yeah. So I'm willing. I'm willing.
Course.
And you know what's funny is that I feel able. Like I'll sit here with you guys and I'll be like, I feel able. Like I can definitely go back. If I walk for about 20 minutes, I can't walk for the rest of the day.
You'll feel fatigued.
I'm stuck.
Yes.
My wife calls me the Tin Man.
He sees up. I've got that too.
All heart.
Mine's from cold.
I just get stuck, and my wife jokes around because of that scene in The Wizard of Oz where it's like, that's what it's like. I've got so much metal within that, especially a cold day, like I'm starting to get scared about winter.
When it gets cold, can't do it.
Can't get along. Can't. And winters are, I don't know. It's more frustrating. Like you don't feel angry at anyone. You just feel angry at the situation that you're in. Like, and I just don't know. Oh my God, is it who to express that to? Like,
because you question yourself. It's more reality saying, what did I do? Yeah.
He can tell, and because 90% of the time I've noticed, if you tell someone you have a problem, they want to give you a solution or a fix to it, and
or you
don't want anything. You're just venting.
Or you just want to keep the public aware.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not fishing for a quick fix or anything.
You just want to let them know what's happening at the moment, how you feel.
Yeah. You're just keeping things all on the right level.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm using a big word. It's called. It's from the Big Bang Theory. Homeostasis.
Yeah. Yes. Keeping everyone all
the same,
ordinary, normal, yes. Well, normal. I use the term very loosely there because what is normal?
Exactly.
That's a big question.
You remind me of my English teacher just then. I don't know whether she'll ever hear it, but I had this teacher called Miss Turk when I was at high school at Werribee High. I don't know where she is these days. But I walked into class thinking, well, I can walk, I can talk, I've got a full head of hair.
Yep.
I can do none of those things now. I don't have a full head of hair, which I miss desperately. But I was talking one day, and I was trying to give a speech, and I said the word normal, and at the end of the speech, she goes, that was good, but I want to talk to everyone here. And she took the time. She goes, you don't give the definition of normal.
It's not in the right context. I mean, what is? It's it's a very deep and psychological question there. What is normal? But who are we to answer that question?
And I just don't know who, like, and she was amazing. And she's like, no, it's okay, but you don't have to say sorry.
Thanks for apologising, buddy. What I can say now is it's not normal. It's the accepted norm.
Yes.
Yes. What we consider to be what everyone else is experiencing. But go for it. Yeah. Continue.
And she was brilliant. She was absolutely brilliant. So if she's out there, like, thank you, Miss Chuck. Like, you really, you made me look at the world differently from that day on. And I've carried it. I've carried it for more than 20 years. She was brilliant.
Viewed through different eyes, yes.
Yeah. Like, imagine if she hadn't have said that day, and I just kept existing in the world that I existed in. Like, there are so many people that just...
That would be like so many people that are today.
But...
They're just there.
There are some...
Especially on their phone.
Oh, yeah. But there are some people in this world that they just come into your life like a speeding train, and they just go past you, and they put that little bit of knowledge into your world, and then they're gone again. So that was Miss Turk for me.
It's all right. They're okay. I'm sure the listeners will understand. Yeah.
And being well behaved, actually, for the ages.
Oh, yeah. Considering they don't have any phones in here, they don't have any blocks, drawing, nothing. They're doing really well. But in regards to the course, okay. So,
continue.
When we were talking just a moment ago about who do I, express that to? Who do I express that frustration to? This year, for a while, I wanted to try and find a path to learn to better pour in my anger, my frustrations, and anguish. Like I can get really mad at them. I don't take it out on anyone. I take it out on myself, and I feel it inside. I really feel it inside.
Yeah, internalize it.
And it manifests like, it manifests to the point where I can give myself heartburn that I'm that angry.
Doing well.
And then someone said to me, "Why don't you try?" Bless you.
Thank you.
Somebody said to me, "Why don't you try acting or something like that?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe, I don't know." Like, I haven't thought too much about that. And then once that seed was planted, I started thinking about it more and more and more. And so I googled like acting classes and acting lessons around here. There was something that popped up, but I'm not going to advertise them because they weren't very good. It very much felt like a scam. But then I was left so disappointed that I was like, I need to do something. And so I enrolled at UOW, and I enrolled on the Thursday, and I got a result on the Friday.
Wow.
And they said, "Yep, you're in. Come on." And so I've been there for 2 weeks now. I am doing things that I've never done before. And you know what gets me is I feel like now, and just being there for 2 weeks, I've done like one of the electives, photography.
Yep.
Fantastic. The teacher that's in that, Fiona, incredible.
They're very inclusive.
Yes,
aren't they? Yes.
yeah. And then I'm under the creative arts umbrella.
Yep.
So I do acting and everything. I do acting and trying to encompass that and everything.
It's all right, keep
and
going,
I'm
keep going.
doing. I feel as though I'm doing better within myself. I'm really thorough.
It improves the self-confidence, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. But I feel in these classes they tell you it's okay to be you. Talk. We're here to listen. It's not going to go anywhere.
Be yourself. That's right. Yes.
Scream it out. Like, breathe. Like it is you. Talk.
Oh, a lot of the kids being very involved there. Inclusive. Yes.
And they're like, be you. Be like, just
don't be
let it
afraid
out.
to be yourself. That's right. Yes.
But I've always been like that, and it is so hard when someone says, "Don't be like that. You don't have to be like that." But I've always been like that, and it's hard, and it is trying to unlearn so many things. And when I was going back to uni, I was terrified because when I did nursing, it was essay after essay after essay, and it's like
to prove your existence. Yes.
Yeah.
Or justify your existence. Yes.
Yeah. And with this one, they're like, "Well, what essay? Like, you don't have to do an essay.
You're here.
You show up. Yeah.
You're to express, and you learn, and we have readings and stuff like that. But you are to learn.
It's more practical. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and unlearning these processes, and it's been hard. But my God, as I was saying, I have started to feel as though I really did a big error in my life. Like, I took nursing because, and it wasn't, some people have a desire to go into healthcare to help people. I didn't. And it sounds silly. I didn't. I went in because at the time I had a 3-year-old daughter, and I never wanted to be in a position where I had to say to her, "We can't afford that."
Yes.
And I was working multiple jobs, doing multiple shifts, and it was bad. I hated it. And I loved the patients and I loved the people.
I don't think you're alone there. I don't think there's a person in the world who doesn't hate having to work at all, let alone overtime.
Like, I loved the patients and I loved the people. And I loved co-workers. I hated management. It was terrible. Like, they really make it...
So by management, you refer to the machine, yes?
No, I'm talking about flesh and blood management. They can be...
That's
like,
what I meant,
horrible.
more of like a deep...
Yeah, well, they run it like
yes.
a machine.
Yes.
I mean, healthcare's been around for a long time. They know how to streamline it,
Yeah.
I feel like I've made the mistake. I lost so many years being able to be the real me.
Yeah.
And it's...
Trying to fit the picture?
Yes. Yes, very much so. And I have gone into this with a new sense of love and understanding, and I am enjoying it. And I am meeting people that, you know, they want to get to know me. They want to know me. That is my ring. Guys, for everyone at home who has heard that, I've got a tungsten wedding ring. I think it's, my wife always reminds me that we've got an unbreakable marriage. But
analogy.
Or you're not going anywhere.
Oh, that's true.
You're mine forever.
It's weighing you down.
It's weighing me down. No, my wife.
She sounds amazing.
Of course, yes.
God, I really did have to try and learn to walk again after my surgery, and the pain was unbearable. My wife has been there every day. Like, we were together. Our wedding, we had 11 days after our marriage, this injury happened to me. We have spent more years together as someone loving an injured person rather than two able-bodied people.
Right.
And, you know, I already loved my wife for who she was and what she brought to the world and how she made me feel as a person. But to get to know her as someone that not just loves, but she cares about you. She cares.
The real connecting partner. Yes.
The love that I have for her is, it's the best. I'm probably taking up so much time. I do apologise for talking about.
Good. It's a good story.
Good. The real you is the reason why we do these interviews.
Yeah, we want to hear that because so many people aren't happy to open up and experience, like, tell people what they experience and what real life is actually about.
Yeah.
We are not about to stage the show saying, you can only say this and this and give you a full dialogue what you're supposed to say on air. No, we're supposed to get the real you. This is what you're doing right now. You got your kids in here. I can see them, they're lovely and everything like that, which is beautiful. This is a big reality check for everyone out there listening. This is a prime example.
This is real life.
Yeah, a prime example of what can happen and how other people have to deal with the what they've been served up. Yes. I can't think of the good analogies anymore because my brain's not quick enough.
No, you're doing well, Tony.
Doing really
Lovely,
well,
thank you.
Well,
I think it's time we go for another song, shall we?
We might say goodbye if that's okay first.
Do you think?
Everyone out there listening, thank you very much for being tuned in for the last hour or so. Thank you very much to Odin. We'll have you in again down the track once things have maybe happened and you've had that surgery.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And see where you're at with that.
And we hope it goes well.
Yes, thank you.
Course,
Sending positive thoughts.
Always.
Guys, you guys have always been amazing. Every time I've been here, you guys have been so friendly and helpful and understanding. And my kids, unfortunately, had to get brought in here today.
This is the first time I met the kids, so
yeah. You guys have like really allowed us to come in.
Well, you can't just say, "Oh, yes, you can come," but not your children.
Make sure you got to be here smack on this hour here, otherwise we're not letting you in at all. And make sure you dress accordingly, that sort of thing. And
no, that's not us. We're here to have a good time and have a laugh. And
could you imagine having to take the kids into the Kyle and Jackie O show at the moment?
Oh wow,
that probably wouldn't happen. Although, there could be some choice words said though.
We're here to see the real you, which you've shown right now. So I love and respect it. Don't worry. Good work. Thank you, Odin.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much. Really do appreciate you coming in.
But if I can just give one, is that okay if I can give one
shout out?
One shout out?
Go for it.
Well, I'll give two. I just want to, they're both thank yous, and one is attached with a little bit more love. I just want to say thank you again to Luke, who, if you're listening to this, thank you for being such an amazing friend. You really are incredible. And the second one is to my wife. As you guys have just heard,
amazing lady.
She's amazing. And but if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have the life I've got now. Like, you know, it's much better with her in it. So thanks, babe. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you
very
so much.